Hey there, friends. Welcome back to the English Talk Show, the podcast where we help you speak better English, one simple step at a time. I'm Peter, and today I want to talk to you about something that can really change the way you learn English. It's not difficult, it's not boring, and the best part, you can do it even if your life is super busy, even if you're shy, or even if you don't live in an English-speaking country. A lot of people think, I need to move to the US or the UK to speak English well. But no, you don't need to live in London. You don't need to take long grammar classes. You don't need a native speaker next to you. What you do need are small, smart habits that you can repeat every day. So today, I'm going to show you how to practice English every day, no matter where you live and no matter how full your schedule is. I'll speak slowly and clearly so you can follow along, and if you want, repeat after me to practice your pronunciation. Let's start with something called shadowing. Have you heard of it before? Shadowing is a powerful way to improve your speaking and listening at the same time. It's simple. You listen to someone speak English, like me, and then you try to copy what I say, just like an echo. You don't stop. You don't translate in your head. You don't check the dictionary. You just try to match the words, the rhythm, and the feeling of the voice. Let's try it together. I'll say a sentence, and then I'll pause for you to repeat. I want to speak English fluently. Now you repeat. I listen to English every day. You try. Shadowing helps me speak better. Go ahead, say it. Good, that's it. That's shadowing. It might feel a little strange at first. Maybe you don't understand every word. That's okay. Shadowing is not about understanding everything. It's about training your brain and your mouth to work together in English. Now, let's go further. I want to give you 5 simple ways to practice English every day, starting today. Number 1. Listen to English every day. If you really want to speak English better, there's one thing you must do. Listen more. Not just once a week, not just when you're in the mood, but every single day. Listening is where real progress begins. Before you speak confidently, your brain needs to hear the music of the language, how it flows, how it rises and falls, where the pauses happen. You have to train your ears to recognize the sounds and rhythms of English. And here's the good news. You don't need to understand everything. In fact, it's okay if you understand just 50% or even just 20% at first. What really matters is exposure. The more you hear English, the more your brain starts to notice patterns, words, phrases, tone, pronunciation. It's like learning a song. At first, you don't know the lyrics, but after hearing it over and over again, suddenly you're singing along. The same thing happens with English. So, how can you listen more even if you're busy? Well, that's the beauty of it. You can listen anywhere, anytime. When you're cooking dinner, cleaning your room, walking the dog, driving to work, or getting ready for bed, just press play and let the English flow into your ears. You can listen to podcasts like this one. Thanks for choosing English Talk Show. Music in English. Try slow, clear songs first. Short YouTube videos made for learners. English audiobooks or bedtime stories. English news for beginners. Conversations in movies or TV shows with subtitles. Start with something short and simple. Don't try to understand every word. Just relax. Let the language wash over you. Over time, your brain will begin to tune in to the sounds and your listening will improve without you even realizing it. Here's a tip. Try to listen actively, not just passively. That means paying attention, even if it's just for 5 minutes. Try to catch familiar words. Try to notice how words are connected. Try to repeat what you hear. You don't need to do this all the time, but doing it sometimes makes a big difference. And here's another idea. Create a listening routine. Choose a time of day when you always listen to English, maybe during breakfast, or when you brush your teeth, or while you're commuting to work. Make it part of your daily rhythm, just like checking your phone or drinking coffee. It doesn't have to be long. 10 to 15 minutes a day is enough to start seeing results. That's less than the time most people spend scrolling social media. The goal is simple. Make English a part of your daily environment, like background music, like a friend you hear from every day. And the more you listen, the more you'll notice something amazing. English won't feel strange anymore. It'll start to feel familiar, comfortable, natural. So today, choose something in English to listen to. Keep it simple and just let it play. Remember, your ears are the doorway to fluent speech. Let English in every single day.
2. Repeat what you hear. Shadowing. So now that you're listening to English every day, it's time to take the next step. And that step is use your voice. Listening is great. It trains your ears. But if you want to speak more clearly, confidently, and naturally, you need to practice speaking too. And one of the most powerful techniques for that is something called shadowing. Maybe you've heard the word before. Maybe not. But here's what it means. You listen to someone speaking English, like me right now, and you try to repeat exactly what they say right after them as closely as you can. You become their shadow, following their words, their tone, their rhythm, their feeling. It's almost like being an actor. You're not just saying the words, you're copying the performance. Let's try it together. I want to improve my English. Go ahead, repeat it. I listen to English every day. Your turn. Say it out loud. Shadowing helps me feel more confident. Repeat that with me. That's it. That's shadowing. It might feel a little awkward the first few times. You might think, do I really sound like that? But trust me, this is how your brain and mouth learn to work together in English. It's like going to the gym, but for your speaking muscles. Here's why shadowing works. It helps your mouth get used to the sounds of English. It improves your pronunciation and intonation. It makes your speech feel faster and more natural. It builds muscle memory for common phrases and sentence patterns. And the best part? You don't need a classroom. You don't need a teacher. You don't even need to understand every word you're repeating. The goal is not to translate. The goal is to copy the sound and train your brain to think in English. So how can you start? Pick something short, a sentence from this podcast, a clip from a YouTube video, a line from a movie or a song. Listen once, then play it again and try to say it at the same time as the speaker. Try to match their speed, their tone, and their emotion. Do it again and again. Maybe 5 times. Maybe 10. Yes, it takes patience, but after just a few days, you'll start to feel it. Your mouth moves faster, your pronunciation gets smoother, and your brain feels more comfortable with English. Here's a challenge for you. Every day this week, choose just 1 minute of audio. Listen, shadow it, repeat. That's it. Even 1 minute a day will make a difference. And remember, don't worry about mistakes. Don't worry about sounding silly. No one is judging you. This is your private practice. It's not about being perfect. It's about getting better. Shadowing is one of the fastest ways to improve your speaking, especially if you don't have someone to talk to in English every day. So, grab your headphones, find a voice you like, and start shadowing. Be the echo. Be the actor. Be the learner who takes action. Because listening is the first step, but speaking is where your confidence begins to grow. 3. Think in English, one thought at a time. All right. Here's something that can completely change the way you learn English. And honestly, not many people talk about it. Start thinking in English. I know it sounds hard, right? You might be thinking, but Peter, I still make mistakes when I speak. How can I think in English? And that's a fair question. But here's the truth. Translation slows you down. When you think in your native language and then try to translate every word into English, it creates a delay. Your brain has to do extra work. And in real conversations, that can make you feel nervous, stuck, or lost. But when you train your brain to go straight to English, everything gets easier. Words come faster. Sentences flow more naturally. You stop overthinking and start speaking with more confidence. And you don't need to be fluent to start thinking in English. In fact, this is something you can do even as a beginner. The key is to start small, very small, one simple sentence at a time. Here's how it works. When you wake up in the morning, try saying in your mind, "It's morning. I feel tired. I need coffee." Easy, right? When you're brushing your teeth, "I'm in the bathroom. I have to go to work soon. I don't want to be late." When you're walking outside, "The sky is blue. I see a tree. A dog is barking." These are just tiny thoughts, but they matter. Why? Because they help you make a direct connection between your daily life and the English language. No translation, no delay, just real thoughts in real time in English. You can even whisper them to yourself if you want. Say them quietly while you're walking, cooking, or getting dressed. It's like having a conversation with yourself in your new language. Over time, these small moments become a habit. And suddenly, you'll notice that when you need to speak English, the words are already there, because you've been living with them in your thoughts every day. Here are a few more ways to start thinking in English. Label things around you. Look at an object and say its name in English. Chair, window, phone, pen. Describe what you're doing. I'm making coffee. I'm reading a message. I'm waiting for the bus.
Ask yourself simple questions. What time is it? What do I want to eat? Am I feeling tired or happy?
Don't try to build long, complicated sentences. Keep it simple. Keep it real. It's not a grammar exercise. It's about building a habit, a mental switch. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be consistent. Even 2 to 3 thoughts a day in English is a great start. So next time your brain starts talking to you, try letting it speak English. Because when you think in English, you're not just learning words, you're changing the way your mind works. You're creating a deeper connection to the language. And that's where true fluency begins. One sentence at a time, one moment at a time. You've got this.
4. Read aloud. Train your speaking muscles. All right, let's talk about something super simple, but incredibly powerful. Reading aloud. Now, you might be thinking, Peter, I already read in English. Isn't that enough? And my answer is, reading silently is good, but reading out loud is so much better. It's one of the best ways to improve your pronunciation, rhythm, and fluency, even if you're learning alone. Why? Because reading out loud isn't just about your eyes and brain. It's about your mouth, tongue, breath, and voice. When you speak English out loud, you're training your mouth to move in a new way. You're building the muscle memory that helps your words come out smoothly when you talk to real people. Think of it like this. You can study how to swim by reading books, but to actually swim, you need to get in the water, right? Same thing with English. You can learn grammar and vocabulary, but to speak well, you need to use your voice. You need to feel the words in your mouth. So how do you do it? Start small. Choose a short, simple text in English, a paragraph from a beginner story, a children's book, a short article for learners, a transcript from this podcast, even a social media post in English. Now read it slowly, out loud, one sentence at a time. Today is a good day. I am learning English. I believe in myself. Say the words clearly. Don't rush. Don't worry about mistakes. Just focus on how the words sound and how they feel in your mouth. Then read the same text again, but this time a little faster. And then again with more emotion. Add some feeling. Act it out like a movie scene. Pretend you're telling a story to a friend. This helps you practice not just pronunciation, but also intonation, expression, and confidence. You're not just reading, you're performing. Here's a fun idea. Record yourself reading a short text today. Then record it again next week. Compare the two recordings. I promise you, you'll be surprised by how much you improve in just a few days of daily reading. Another benefit? Reading out loud helps you see and hear grammar in action. You notice how sentences are built. You hear how native speakers use words. And slowly, those patterns become part of your English too. And guess what? You can make this a daily habit in just 5 to 10 minutes a day. Read while you drink your morning coffee. Read to your pet. Read while you're getting ready for bed. It's easy and it works. So remember, your mouth is like a muscle. If you don't use it, it stays weak. But if you practice, little by little, it gets stronger. And soon, you'll speak English with more ease, more control, and more confidence. So pick up a short text, take a deep breath, and start reading out loud. Your future self will thank you for it. 5. Use English in your daily life. All right, here's a truth that many learners forget. If you want to speak English naturally, you shouldn't just study English, you should live with it. Think about this for a moment. If English is only something you do for 30 minutes on Sunday, it will always feel like a school subject, something separate, something extra. But if you bring English into your real daily life, into your phone, your thoughts, your habits, it becomes something familiar, something that's always with you, like music in the background, like a friend you talk to every day. So how do you make that happen? Here are some simple, practical ways to surround yourself with English, even if you're busy and even if you're learning alone. Blue. Change your phone's language to English. This one is easy and powerful. You check your phone all the time, right? Maybe 50, maybe 100 times a day. So let your phone become a little English teacher. When you change your phone's language, you'll start seeing common words again and again. Settings, notifications, calendar, update, delete, airplane mode. You don't need to study these words. They just become familiar over time. This is called passive learning. It's effortless and very effective. And after a few weeks, you'll know those words without even trying.
Write a short daily journal in English. Don't worry, it doesn't have to be long. Just 3 short sentences about your day is enough. Today I went to work. I was very tired. I watched a video in English. You can write about what you did, how you feel, or what you plan to do tomorrow. Use real, honest language, simple and natural. And the best part? Over time, this helps you build better sentences, remember more vocabulary, and express yourself more clearly. Write in a notebook, or on your phone, or even send messages to a friend who's also learning English. Just 5 minutes a night can make a big difference.